And as you saw, our guest co-host today is the founder of Crunch Moms. It's the first and only private membership-based network in the Middle East for women at every stage of their careers, business and motherhood journey. Please welcome Julie back to the sofa. Great to have you back with us here on the show.
Yes, and with a bit of a promotion now as a co-host.
Yes. You can be the host if you want. You know, the opportunities are endless.
I'm all for giving women those opportunities.
And that's a sort of perfect segue into what we're talking about today, the Opportunity Network. You came on as a very willing guest in the past. You know, we love what you're doing. We love what you were up to. You get an opportunity to come back. How do you define networking here at the moment? Is it different here in Dubai, in the UAE, than it is in other parts of the world?
Yes, so networking is a word that I don't particularly love.
Nice.
I'm all about connections. And I think it is different here in the UAE. And the reason for that is the UAE is all about community. You see the community of all of the sheikhs running on Sheikh Zayed Road, and the community of runners, as you mentioned earlier, the community of women, community of expats here. So I think, yes, I think connections are very different here. And it's not from like 15 years ago when you were an expat and new to the place. It is a much stronger form of connection here that when someone meets, because it's a small world. And I think everyone is out to support each other. And what I've learned through Crunch Moms is the value that you give to your network and your community is something like a currency, and that you get in return. And so I think it's very important to kind of build those strong connections because, yeah, you never know.
I was at the Crunch Mom event in October and I met some fabulous women out there. It was quite a successful event, I must say. This was obviously in October of 2024. What can we expect from the event this year?
Oh, so, you know, I'm still recovering from it. I mean, just coming into the room today, I heard that one of the ladies came to Crunch Moms and left with like four new clients. So I think for me, as I'm walking around the town and I'm meeting people of what they've able to achieve, not just from connections and networking, but it's a win-win for everyone when you're gaining business leads and you're making revenue. And I think that's what Crunch Moms is all about, is helping women with their role of being mothers, but then also that we want to sustain ourselves, we want to be financially empowered, we want to earn, but also doing so within our new boundaries. So with Crunch Moms this year, I mean, we haven't formalized it, but I think it's going to be about money.
There's big talks about this as well, and about female financial independence. We've had a lot of people on the show about that. So that's going to be really interesting. When kind of is the event? Do you know?
So this year it will be again in October, and a bit of a teaser maybe coming soon in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, now that would be nice. Because I was actually going to ask you before you mentioned about the subject of the event, what kind of women will attend these events? So if someone is watching right now and they think it could be for them or it might not be for them, who are the kind of people you see in Crunch Moms?
Yeah, I think the first thing I want to say to everyone that's watching and listening right now is don't be afraid and ask, oh, I'm not a mom, can I come, or this or that. When you come, you feel the community. It's warm, it's welcoming, and I think that's what makes it so special. And I think for us, we focused our first few years on building a community, which is not about generating revenue, which is not really easy to do. And it's about being with the people, making sure that they feel heard. And so that then when they do come, they're able to, you know, get all kinds of opportunities from jobs, business ideas, pivot from that senior toxic role that they were in to a new industry. Someone going through menopause or IVF or a miscarriage, they're able to get through it and then go back to work. And so I think there are a lot of different stories. I think it's not just for moms, but it's women that want to be financially independent and secure. But then also, you know, the corporate landscape is very rigid. It's very old school. Some business networks women go to and they're just like, it's a men's club. So this is for women. And I think what's telling is that when we as women go to an environment full of men, it's intimidating. So a few times we've had our summit and we've had men come. Tom, you should come this year. But when they said it was intimidating. So it's important to see the perspective from someone else. And I think that's why community is so important, because we all need it. And I think women are coming in not just as their CV or as their business model. They're coming in as their whole self, and I think they feel heard in many different ways that oftentimes in business or in a corporate environment, they don't feel heard.
Community around us is growing at the moment. The global community around us is growing at the moment. More and more people coming into the country. We've seen the population growth. We talked about that a lot as well. As a founder of business, and congratulations on all the success as well, but with that demand, with that growth, etc., how do you scale? How do you sort of scale responsibly? Are there challenges as well? Because what is core to your business, again, I suppose, is challenged by the numbers game at the same time.
Yeah, so I think it's the goals that you set for yourself every year. So I think entrepreneurship is all about growth, and I think when you're in the early stages, you're doing everything yourself, and then when you scale, it's a different set of challenges. So it's making sure that you're operationally stronger, you're improving your tech, that you're still servicing your growing number of members, that your team are evolving. So at the end of the day, it's about everything evolving so that you can elevate. And I think it has its challenges when you have like a child screaming for you, like at every moment of the day. So I think the scaling part is difficult for any business. I think community is the future. They're saying with the rise of AI and ChatGPT that the thing that's here for the future to stay is communities. And so I think for us, it's about staying true to what our purpose is, which is, you know, listening to the women, what their needs are, and growing with them. And I think oftentimes it can be about, you do as a founder think, you know, do we got to scale fast? Do we got to do it? Do we need to follow the next trends? But I think if we stay true to what our measures of success are and not the vanity metrics, I think that's what's most important. But having the best team to be there, I think is everything.
When I was at the Crunch Mom event in October, I noticed that every time I say the name, I noticed that there were people from different backgrounds and also different business scales. So you've got some of the bigger names, and then you've got some young and budding mompreneurs. How do you rope in these different people to come and be part of the show?
Yeah, so I think to the first question that was asked is what kind of community and network does Crunch Moms attract? It's that it's for women. And for women, there's different paths that you take. So whether you're on the path of corporate, entrepreneurship, you're in transition, you're burnt out, I think women come together because of that commonality they have of being women and what they're going through. And I think there's a certain point where women will make a transition. So we have very senior women at these top, let's say, luxury brands or retail brands, and you know, unfortunately something didn't work out, and they're now at a point where they haven't been networking, they haven't worked on their personal brand, their story was all about their identity with that organization, which they're no longer with, so they need to focus on a community or a network. And I think with Crunch Moms, you have women of super senior level, you have women in transition, women in middle management, entrepreneurs, and I think these women are coming in to support each other. And if she's making this change, this network, we've helped place women into jobs. We've helped women, we've connected someone in a very senior position who landed something. So it's not just entrepreneurship.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
It's work.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Julie, I'm so pleased you're going to be with us for the rest of the show. Stick around. We've now got to go to a quick break, because next up we're going to be getting an insight into one of the world's largest referral networking organisations for businesses and entrepreneurs. Don't go anywhere.